everyone, Matt Hagan here from Hagan's House, working for the Game Haus. I'm here to bring you this brand new show called Four Quarters, where we're going to keep it nice and short, less than 10 minutes. You have things to do, you got other things to read, people to see, other things to watch. So I'm going to get you a sports fix, a football fix in 10 minutes. Four Quarters is going to go over 4 different topics, ranging from college football or NFL. And what we're going to do is we're going to debate 2 different things, and one's going to win the quarter. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it nice and short, nice and sweet, give you something for you and your friends to debate about, talk about, get riled up about. Maybe you don't agree with me. Maybe you do. Tweet at me. You can ask me questions that you want on future shows. But what we're going to do is, like I said, football for 4 quarters, less than 10 minutes, and we're going to get it popping. So in the first quarter today, we're going to discuss whether Florida or Georgia has the better shot at upsetting Alabama for the SEC championship. In the second quarter, we're going to discuss who is a better pro quarterback, Baker Mayfield or JT Barrett. In the third quarter, we're going to discuss which deal is more important to get done, Kirk Cousins or Odell Beckham Jr. And in the fourth quarter, we're going to discuss which quarterback deserves a shot more, Robert Griffin III or Colin Kaepernick, So, without further ado, let's get into the first quarter where we'll discuss whether Florida or Georgia has a better shot at upsetting Alabama as the SEC champion. So first we start with Florida. Looking at their schedule, they're going to go somewhere around 10-2, maybe 11-1. The tough game against Michigan in the beginning. You know, they got to play LSU. They play Georgia, so that game will be big in deciding on which one of them will actually win and get a chance to play in the SEC championship. They got a better defense than Georgia does. They also have a new transfer quarterback, Malik Zaire, who didn't get a lot of playing time at Notre Dame, but when he did, he never threw a career interception. So that's Florida. Georgia, they're looking at their schedule. Their ceiling is 10-2. They could finish 9-3, but 10-2 is the most, or 9-3 is probably where they're going to finish. They have a tougher schedule. Nick Chubb is going to be their team leader, their running back, and the winner of the game against each other. So when Florida and Georgia match up, is going to win that side and challenge Alabama for the SEC championship. And the team with the best chance of that will definitely be the Florida Gators. All right, now we're in the second quarter. Let's talk about Baker Mayfield versus JT Barrett and who has the better chance of becoming a pro quarterback. When I watch the tape on Baker Mayfield, it's very, very impressive. He moves around and escapes the pocket, similar fashion to Big Ben Roethlisberger. So with that going for him, he makes great accurate throws. He's had 50 touchdowns to just like 9 interceptions. He had a great season, and if he continues to build on that, continues to show the poise in the pocket, escapability, he's going to be a great NFL quarterback. Now, when we look at JT Barrett, he has happy feet. He is very inaccurate with the football. He needs to work on his footwork. And honestly, I don't think he'd be a Division I quarterback if it wasn't for his running ability. He doesn't have the passing accuracy. He misses his receivers high all the time. So out of those two, I really think Baker Mayfield, is going to be the best pro prospect of these two quarterbacks. And I'm not trying to knock JT Barrett too much, but his inaccuracy is a big problem. And if you watch the Michigan game last year, or there was a game against Michigan State, he was just very inaccurate. His happy feet causes problems. So Baker Mayfield is definitely going to be the better of the two in the NFL. And JT Barrett might not even make an NFL roster, if we're being fair and honest. Now, let's talk about Kirk Cousins and Odell Beckham and which deal is more important. So the Washington Redskins, their organization seems to not want to give Kirk Cousins a long-term contract. He keeps getting franchise tagged, 1-year deals, prove it to me, prove it to me, prove it to me. And Kirk Cousins is doing a phenomenal job. He's doing the best he can with what he has in a tough division. So it's vital that they lock up their franchise quarterback. He may not be everyone's choice. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Kirk Cousins, but he's very, very vital to the Redskins and that organization. Now, Odell Beckham, easily a top 3 receiver. You can debate and argue, but there's hands down, it's Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham. Those are the 3 top receivers. Maybe you throw in Dez Bryant. But those 3 receivers, those 4 receivers are top of the league, and Odell is special. He's had the most yards and touchdowns of anyone in his time. He is just ridiculous on the football field, and he has some maturity issues. But a receiver like him, a receiver with his talent doesn't come around very often. And if I had to choose one player I'd rather lock up for 6 years, it's easily Odell Beckham. Just from the fact you can market him, he's an explosive playmaker, he's going to become more mature, and he's already putting up insane, ridiculous numbers, not even in his prime. Kirk Cousins is doing a phenomenal job as well, but I think Odell Beckham is a much more important deal to get done than Kirk Cousins. We're going to jump into the fourth quarter here. Like I said, we're keeping it short and sweet, less than 10 minutes. You got stuff to do, but here in the fourth quarter, the most important quarter where we got to close it out and get this victory, it's RG3 or Colin Kaepernick. Which quarterback would you rather have on your team, whether it's a starter or a backup, or who deserves the job more? And if we look at RG3, he was a phenomenal rookie quarterback. Let's get that out the way. He ran the ball really well. He was great in read option. He didn't turn over the ball, but he kept getting hurt. So fast forward to last season in Cleveland, hurt again. He put up a decent season when he was in, but the fact that he remained hurt and he cannot produce, the best ability is availability. He's not available. Colin Kaepernick, he threw only 4 interceptions, 20 touchdowns. Yes, the numbers aren't crazy, but he played for the 49ers. Not a lot of talent around there. So, if I had to sign one quarterback to my franchise, I think Colin Kaepernick would be the choice, and he deserves an NFL job way more than RG3 does, hands down. No question about it. So that's what I stand on these 4 subjects. If we review the game again, the 4 quarters, first quarter, Florida has a better chance at upsetting Alabama in the SEC than Georgia. Second quarter, Baker Mayfield hands down the better prospect going into the NFL than JT Barrett. And in the third quarter, Kirk Cousins or Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham's deal is way more important. And in the fourth quarter, as we just mentioned, Colin Kaepernick deserves a deal before RG3. This is 4 quarters. I want to thank you all for watching and tuning into the Game House. From our house to yours, I hope you enjoy this. And again, if there's something you want me to talk about, if there's 2 players, topics you want me to discuss involving football, whether it's college, whether it's pro, tweet at me. You can, my Twitter is at Matthew_Hagan. We'll try and get it up on the video, but from our house to yours, thank you for watching the Game House. And this is 4 quarters.
What's up, everybody? Doctor here, and today I'm bringing you some exciting information about my upcoming series, Office Hours. Now, Office Hours is going to be a weekly video series where I talk to you guys about all things esports.